Hi, One Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to show you how to install a Nest Hello doorbell. So we've got our Nest Hello doorbell here, and we've got our existing doorbell here. And the first thing that we need to do to get this Nest Hello installed is go ahead and turn the power off at the circuit breaker. Now it's important to note that the Nest Hello does require 16 to 24 volts AC for power from your existing doorbell transformer. Most homes built after 1980 are probably going to have a 16-volt transformer. Some will, some will not. If you're uncertain, you can go ahead and look in the links below. We've got a video that shows you how to test your doorbell transformer voltage. So now we're going to go down to the circuit breaker and we're going to turn the power off to our existing doorbell. All right, we are down at our circuit breaker and we're going to turn off the circuit breaker for the doorbell. Sometimes it's going to be labeled on the circuit, sometimes it won't. Oftentimes they're located in a basement, the garage, or sometimes next to your HVAC system. So go ahead and test out which circuit breaker is going to turn off the power, and then you can go up to the doorbell and confirm the power is off because it will no longer ring, and if it is a lit doorbell, it will no longer be lit up. Now we're back at the existing doorbell and we want to make sure the power is off. So the first thing that we can do is press the button, and if it no longer rings, that's going to tell us the power's off. We also notice that the light is no longer on this doorbell, so that also indicates to us that this doorbell is off. And there's one last way that you can check to make sure the power is off, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and remove the doorbell, remove the screws holding it onto the door frame, and then you can actually use a multimeter to check and see if there's still power there. So we're going to go ahead and just remove this screw that holds the doorbell onto the frame. Remove the screw and pull the doorbell forward. Now we've got a multimeter here, and this is one way that you can confirm the power is off. So we're just going to put each one of our probes onto each one of the terminals on the doorbell device, and we can see that we are getting a 0-volt reading. So the power is off on this, and we are good to go to remove these wires from the existing doorbell terminals. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and remove these. Now that we've got the existing doorbell removed, we're ready to go ahead and start installing the Nest Hello doorbell. So we've got the Nest Hello doorbell here, and a couple important things to note while you're getting this installed. On the back of this device, there is a QR code that you're going to need to scan while you're installing it on the app. So do not press this all the way into the base plate that we are eventually going to mount until you've gotten that QR code scanned on the back of this device. I also recommend taking a picture of the QR code on the back of the Nest Hello so that if you ever need to scan it or set it up on the Wi-Fi network again, you have that QR code and you don't have to remove it from the wall. Now, in order to install the Nest Hello, what we've got here are a couple different pieces. We've got this wedge piece that allows you to tilt the device 15 degrees one way or another. So if you want it tilted, let's say to this way, you put that wedge piece in that direction. If you want it tilted the other direction, you can go that way and then it will be tilted like so. So you can see this wedge is reversible. Now there isn't any adjustment up and down for the Nest Hello doorbell, but what I found if you need to tilt it up or down is to go ahead and just put a washer behind the screws that you're going to install here. So when you're doing this, you have to make a choice. Do I want to have the wedge or do I not want to have the wedge to tilt this left or right, and which direction do you want it? And if you make a decision, what you can do is go ahead and peel off these little sticky pieces here, and that's going to allow you to adhere it to the back of the doorbell mounting hardware right here. Now, I'm not going to use this wedge device, but if I was, I would just peel these off, stick it to the back here on whichever wedged side that I wanted, like so, and then I would screw it into place. And then once I've done that, I would just put this doorbell right onto that. But we're not going to do that, so we're going to remove that. And now we're just going to take our wires and we're going to route them right through the center of this like so. And then we're just going to take our two screws and screw it into the door frame here. Now we've got a wood door frame here, so it's very easy for us to just go ahead and screw these screws right into the frame. If you have a brick or masonry wall, Nest does provide this masonry drill bit, which you can use to drill out the holes, and then you can use these screws, and there's actually an anchor that you can use to put in that hole and then screw this into that anchor. So this will work for both brick and CMU or other types of masonry veneer. It just may take you a few minutes to drill those holes. So we're going to go ahead and get this screwed in. Make sure you have the mounting plate in the position that you want it on the door, and then go ahead and screw in the second screw. Now we take the Nest doorbell and we're going to attach the two wires to the terminals on the back of the Nest Hello. It doesn't matter which wire you get on which terminal, you just need to hook the wires around here, and you need to make sure that they're not shorting out and touching each other. So each wire should only be touching each screw, and the wires shouldn't be touching each other. So let's go ahead and we're going to get these secured here. So we've got the first one in, and we're going to go ahead and secure that. Sometimes you've got to really work with that wiring. Maybe you need to pull it out just a little bit, be gentle. You may really have to work in a strange angle in order to get the wires on these terminals if you don't have a lot of clearance. Or if you do have enough space behind your actual doorbell, you can mount these wire extenders where you just put the wire in the bottom of this little hole, and then you can extend the wires and you can insert them onto the doorbell. And a lot of times you're going to have enough room, or you can just drill out a little bit more of your door frame so that this will be able to be recessed, or you can add that plate that changes the angle by 15 degrees and it gives you a little bit more clearance. But we've got enough space here that we're going to be able to get these wires looped around. So we've got that second one looped around, and then we're just going to secure it. Neither wire is touching the other one, so we've got these both secured now, and we're going to leave it because there is a QR code down here. Actually, it's over here that we're going to need to scan, so we don't want to push this into the base plate. But once we're ready, once we've got everything installed and we're ready to go on the app, we're just going to push that wiring back, and then when we tilt up and then push down and lock it into place, but do not do that yet. What we need to do now is go ahead and install the Nest Hello chime module. So this is going to go inside on our existing doorbell chime. So now we're going to go over to our doorbell chime. All right, now we're at the existing doorbell chime inside the house, and we're just going to go ahead and pull this off. Sometimes they come right off, sometimes you've got to tilt them off. And what we've got is our two existing wires. We've got our trans wire and our front wire, and then this is the rear wire. You would have this if you had a rear doorbell configuration. So if you had a rear and front doorbell configuration. So in order to get this installed, what we've got is our Nest Hello doorbell chime power adapter. And what we're going to do is remove the wires from each one of these, and you have to identify which one is the trans wire and which one is the front wire, because it does matter when you go to install this Nest Hello chime adapter. We're going to remove those, and then we're going to put those wires down here in these little holes that go to the Nest Hello chime adapter. And then we're going to take the wires for the Nest Hello itself that are right here, and we're going to go ahead and hook those back on the terminals. And what this does is allow chime control and gives a little bit of a power boost to your Nest Hello. So you've got to make sure that you install this when you install your new Nest Hello smart doorbell. So right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the wires right here, and you just want to mark or indicate which one is the transformer and which one is the front wire. We go ahead and we're going to mark the transformer wire with this little piece of electrical tape. Now we can remove both wires. Now that we have both wires removed, we're going to go ahead and just straighten out the ends of these wires, because we're going to need to put them in the terminals for the Nest Hello chime connector. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this gray wire and the chime connector, and we're going to just press down on this, the little connector right here, and we're going to press it into place on the wire that we marked as a trans wire. So the wire that we marked as the trans wire needs to go into the terminal with the gray wire. It is specific for the chime connector. And the one that is the white terminal or white connector on the Nest Hello connector, you're going to install on the front wire. So we've got our trans wire into the transformer terminal on the Nest Hello doorbell chime device, and we're just going to go ahead and take the white wire and put it on that front wire right here, following the same process. Now we take the white wire and we're just going to press down and insert that wire. Now we've got the chime connector connected, and we just need to take the two wire hooks that are here. So one is white and one is gray, and we're going to make sure that we match these up. So the gray wire is going to go on the transformer terminal over here. Let's just slide it into place, and the white wire is going to go onto the front terminal right here. So we've got all those in place, and now you can see what we've got here. We've got our trans wire to the gray wire on the Nest Hello chime connector. We've got our trans wire going to the Nest Hello chime connector over here. We've got our front wire going to the Nest Hello chime connector, and we've got our front wire connected to the front terminal on the Nest Hello chime connector. So now we're ready to tighten these down and put the cover back on. There's a little adhesive right here. You can pull this adhesive off and stick it inside of the chime box, or you can stick it on top of the chime box if you don't have enough clearance, and then you can just kind of conceal this where you want. So we're going to go ahead and secure those terminals into place. Now we're going to reinstall the chime cover. Sometimes you need to bend these wires around. It is important that you don't interfere with the chimes on the top or the bottom, because that is what makes the ring noise. And if you've got a whole bunch of stuff packed in there, sometimes the ring will sound a little choppy rather than really nice and clear. So we just push that into place, and now we've got our chime box back on, and you can adjust that as needed. If you need to put that chime up on the top here, that connector, you can go ahead and do that, and it will give you a little bit more clearance. So now we're going to go back down to our electrical panel where the circuit breaker is, and we're going to restore power to the Nest Hello. Now there's a QR code on the back of here that we're going to scan. But if you already put this in place and that QR code is not accessible, you are in luck. The QR code is actually on the back of the instruction manual as well, so you've got that to scan there if you need it. So go ahead and download the Nest app, and we're also going to go down and we're going to turn the power back on at the circuit breaker and power up this Nest Hello. All right, we powered up our Nest Hello by turning the circuit breaker back on down at the electrical panel. And if you see this blue light, that means that you've done the right thing. The next thing that you need to do is go ahead and open up the Nest app. So we've done that right here. If you don't have the Nest app, go ahead and download it, create a username and password. Once you've created a username and passcode or logged into the Nest app, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go up to the gear icon in the upper right hand corner here. Then you're just going to scroll through these items and you're looking for add a product. So we're going to go ahead and click on that right there. Now this is where it says scan the code. So you would go ahead and just scan your code right here on the back of the device, and then it's going to add it to your phone. So if you've already got the doorbell attached, you could go ahead and scan the code on the back of the actual owner's manual itself, but we can't show you that code. So I'm going to go ahead and scan that now. Now it says make sure Nest Hello will work with your home's voltage level. I'm going to go ahead and click next here. I'm going to go ahead and click next here. I'm going to click next again. I'm going to click continue here. I'm going to click next here and next again. This is just all the instructions that we already went through. We've got two wires, and we have got this top option right here, front, transformer, and rear. And we're going to go ahead and just click front door here at the top. Says disconnect the front wire. We've already done all this, so we're going to go ahead and click next, 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 and we're going to go ahead and click skip here. We're going to click next, next, next. Yes, the light around the doorbell is blue, so we're going to click on that, and we're going to name this the front door here, and now it is connecting to our devices and connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Now, if you haven't connected another Wi-Fi device to your Nest network or to your Nest app, you may have to enter your Wi-Fi network and password. But since we've already done that, we're good to go here, and sometimes it will automatically load the Wi-Fi settings onto the new Nest device if you already have a compatible Nest product like the Nest thermostat that we've got here. Now it's just connecting. Finishing up. Great, our Nest has been added to our account, so now we're ready to go ahead and we can just slide this into the cover plate and push down on the bottom. Sometimes you've got to fold those wires a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and push it into the bracket. It takes a little bit of force sometimes. There we go, we've got it on, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove this sticker on the front, and we're going to go ahead and click next here, and we should see a live view, which we do right here. That is me on camera, and I'm going to go ahead and click next. It says, did your chime sound right? Yes, I did hear it inside, so we're good to go there. I'm going to click next. Now we need to choose a language. I'm going to click English. And I'm going to go ahead and click start the free trial here. We're going to turn on audio recording. I'm going to click next. Now what we've got here is the familiar face detection feature. With Nest Aware and Google AI, the Nest Hello can detect familiar faces and let you know when they see a familiar or unfamiliar face and alert you through the Nest app. So I'm going to go ahead and click this and make it active there. And now we're going to go ahead and click next here. We are going to use that familiar face detection. It says we've got sound detection, emergency calling. We're going to go ahead and just click not now right now. I don't really need this integrated with the Google Home app at this point. And let's see, you can see the live view here on the camera and on the phone. And let's see what's going on there. You can see me waving. So we've got another video that shows you how to use the Nest Hello. So go ahead and check that out. But if you go ahead and click in here, you're going to be able to see all the different things and motion events on the Nest Hello. It's really a pretty clear device, which is awesome. And then you can review if a person was seen or if motion was seen or sound was detected. You can also talk with two-way communication through the Nest Hello and your device. You can save all these clips, and let's say you've got a pet or a baby and you don't want to wake up the pet or baby, you can snooze your doorbell, so you can have it snoozed for 3 hours, 2 hours, or if you just want to take a nap and you don't want that indoor chime to ring, you can go ahead and set that for 30 minutes to 3 hours. And you can also just review your footage here in a 30-day calendar format if you click here. Now, we don't have 30 days worth of footage because we just installed this, but I've had a Nest Hello for a couple years. I test out all the other video doorbells, and I do really like the Nest Hello. It's a very high quality product. I think one nice thing about the Nest Hello compared to some of the other devices is that it does provide 24/7 continuous recording. Other ones only record when motion is detected. The Nest is always recording, even if motion isn't detected, so you can go through all those different clips. Now that does use up more bandwidth on your Wi-Fi network, but it is a nice feature if you want to have 24/7 recording. So thank you for watching this video on how to install the Nest Hello video doorbell. If you're having any problems getting this powered up, go ahead and check your transformer voltage. We've got a video that shows you how to do that. If you need to install a doorbell transformer or replace your doorbell transformer, we've got a video that shows you how to do that as well. So go ahead and check out the description below in those links. Now, if this video is helpful, please subscribe. That is the most helpful thing that you can do for this channel. Give us that thumbs up. And if you want to support us, you can also click any of the links below. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.